Well, hello, good afternoon, dear viewers of JC's Online English School. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'm back. One more day today on this nice Wednesday here in Madrid, Spain, the capital of the country. It's 4:15 in the afternoon, or a quarter past 4. Okay, and we are back. Yes, sir, we are back. We are back with another exciting lesson. Online class number 7, or lesson number 7 already. Again, this is level B1, which is intermediate. Okay, level B1, intermediate. And today we are going to see the difference between do and make, or we're going to learn the difference between do and make. Let me make sure we have a connection. Yes, we have a good connection. So yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to be here once again. Okay, so level B1, intermediate, online class number 7, the difference between do and make. Okay, get ready. Get ready. Hello, hi, Katie. How are you? Good to see you. Julie, hello. How are you? Okay, very good. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. Welcome to JC's Online English School. Thank you, Katie, for joining us today. Thank you, Julie. I know there are more people there, so don't feel afraid. Don't be afraid to say hello. Don't be afraid to say hello. Okay, we're gonna have a wonderful class. Hello, Julie. How are you? Jose Narvaez, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back, Jose. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. Okay, so let's begin with today's date. You see the calendar there for October 2020. British say today is Wednesday, the 14th of October, 2020, or 2020 rather, they pronounce 2020 or 2020. So I repeat, British say today is Wednesday, the 14th of October, 2020 or 2020. Americans, on the other hand, say today is Wednesday, October 14th, 2020. Okay, so there is a slight difference, okay, in the way British say the date and the way Americans say the date. It's not a big difference, but it is slightly different. The British is more similar to the way we say it in Spanish, okay? But we use the cardinal numbers and they use the ordinal numbers. That is the main difference, okay? Okay, let's move on. Remember, there are 6 English levels, okay? A1 elementary, A1 beginner, A2 elementary, B1 intermediate, B2 upper intermediate, and C1 advanced. Those are the ones that I'm teaching every day of the week. On Mondays I teach A1, Tuesdays A2, Wednesdays B1 today, Thursdays B2, and Fridays C1. I am not teaching the C2 level yet. Maybe in the future I will do it, but so far I am not doing it because there are not enough people interested on that one, okay? And today is Wednesday, so we're going to concentrate on level B1, which is intermediate. Okay, remember on this level, and levels B2 and C1, I do not speak in Spanish. 0 Spanish words. Okay, so I speak in English, speak slowly in English, or I try, but no Spanish words. Okay, so let's move on. Now, today's expression. Every week I bring you a different expression. And today's expression is barking dogs seldom bite. I repeat, barking dogs seldom bite. It's very similar to Spanish. I am not going to translate it, but it's very, very similar. So yeah, barking dogs seldom bite means, well, a possible interpretation is don't or do not be afraid of dogs that bark or people that threaten you. I repeat, do not be afraid of dogs that bark or people that threaten you. In other words, they say they will do something bad to you. Okay, so when they threaten you, they will say, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. Because in both cases, they rarely take action. In other words, people who say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, normally they don't do anything. And dogs that bark a lot normally don't bite. So again, the expression is barking dogs seldom bite. Okay, one more time. It's very, very similar to Spanish, but I am not going to translate it. Okay, so okay, very good. So what else? What else do we have here today? Vocabulary. Today we're gonna learn expressions that show or to show your disappointment. Disappointment means something that you don't like. You, oh man, I don't like this. Oof, this is awful. This is terrible. So there are many expressions or many words that you can say instead of I don't like this. Okay, so let's take a look at a few of them. For example, you could say, what we had been led to expect was... what we had been led to expect was probably not good. Or you could also say, it did not live up to expectation. It's not what I expected, in other words. So it did not live up to expectation. Or you can also say, we had high hopes for this project, for this car, for whatever. We had high hopes for, but you're disappointed. Another one is, I was so looking forward to going to New York. I was so looking forward to studying English with JC. Now I don't have time or I don't have money, so you're showing disappointment, okay? Or you could simply say, that's just so disappointing. That is so disappointing, or just, that's just so disappointing. In other words, I don't like it. Or another one, which is very frequently used, what a letdown. What a letdown, me. Or another one is, what a bummer. Bummer is, this one is more colloquial, more slang. What a bummer. What a bummer. It's very American. What a bummer. Or a very easy one is, that's too bad. Yeah, that's too bad. Or probably the easiest one is, how disappointing. How disappointing. And the last one could be, what a pity, or what a shame. Both are correct. What a pity, or what a shame. Okay, very good. Now, let me repeat them again. Again, these are expressions to show your disappointment when you don't like something, okay? So one more time. What we had been led to expect was, it did not live up to expectation. We had high hopes for, I was so looking forward to, that's so disappointing, or that's just so disappointing, okay? What a letdown. Oof, what a letdown. What a bummer. What a bummer. What a bummer. Okay, that's too bad. That's too bad. How disappointing. Oh, how disappointing. And the last one is, what a pity, or what a shame. What a pity, or what a shame. Okay, so again, these are expressions that you can use when you want to show disappointment. Okay. All right, so you have a few ones to choose from. Okay, now we're going to continue with our topic of classroom objects. Okay, if you remember, last week we studied a few, and this week I selected a few more. Okay, so you can have a good collection of classroom objects. Okay, let's read them row by row. Okay, so the first row has calculator or calculator. So calculator is the way Americans pronounce it, calculator. Okay, followed by scotch tape. Scotch tape. Okay, I don't need the translation because you have the figure there, or the picture, or the drawing rather. Pins. Clips or paper clips. Normally they're called paper clips because there are all the types of clips. Okay, so this is called paper clips. Okay, the second row has paint or palette, paintbrushes, and colored pencils. Okay, row number 3, we have flask, test tubes, beaker, and magnifying glass. Okay, and on the last row we have a file holder, papers, just in general, papers, and finally we have a word that I don't know if you know the meaning. Oh, how do you call that, or what do you call that? I don't want to say the word. What do you call that? There are 2 words you can use. Okay, does anybody know? What do you call that, or what is the name of that thing over there? The last one with the question mark. Okay, what is the word that you use for that? Does anybody know? Katie, do you know the meaning of that, or the word they use for that? It's not a pen, it's not a pencil, but it is a... Julie, do you know? Or Julius, Jose? Does anybody know? Okay. If you don't know, don't worry, I'll tell you. I'll let you know. So, does anybody know how to call that thing to write? Okay. Does anybody know? I'll wait for a few more seconds before I tell you the words. Okay, you can either say marker. Okay, well, if I can write. A marker, yes, Chris, very good. A marker, I was writing it. Okay, Chris, thank you very much. So you can use a marker, or there is another word Does anybody know the other word? There is another word, marker, which is fine, okay? Or you can also use another word for it, okay? Marker or highlighter. Okay, so marker or highlighter, both are correct. Marker is easier, of course, shorter. So let me read them again. Calculator, scotch tape, pins, clips, paint, palette, paintbrushes, colored pencils, flask, test tubes, beaker, magnifying glass, file holder, papers, and marker or highlighter. Okay, highlighter pen is okay too, yes. Okay, highlighter pen is fine. Thank you, Katie. All right, highlighter pen. All right, very good, very good. Excellent. Okay, well, that shows me that you are paying attention. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're going to take a look at a few words that can be pronounced in different ways or written in different ways in both British and American English. Okay, for instance, we have British use for this one, they use nil, and Americans, they use zero. So you could say nil in British English or zero in American English. Nil, British, zero, American English. Now, for the next one, there are also two ways you can say. You can use the British, which is dustbin for the British, or you can use the American, which is trash can. So once again, British is dustbin, you pronounce it with an A, not with a U, dustbin, and Americans pronounce it, or they use the words trash can. All right. So the next one, once again, we have first the British and followed by the American word. So the British on the third one is high street, well, and Americans call it Main Street. I prefer Main Street. No offense to the British, but yeah, I prefer Main Street. So once again, British, High Street, and Americans use Main Street, okay, to refer to the same thing. Now, next one. This one is very colloquial, okay, they're used a lot. So in British English, they use lorry, and Americans use the word truck with an A. Again, don't just truck, no, you pronounce it with an A, truck. So lorry for the British and truck for the Americans. Now, in terms of the next one, once again, it is different, okay? Because British usually say car park. Well, actually, don't pronounce the R. They say car park. And Americans say parking lot. All the years that I lived in America, I never heard of car park. So I always heard parking lot. So that's why I prefer that one as well. Okay, and the last one. The last one in this list, there are 6 of them. The last one, British say pavement, okay, next to the road, where people walk next to the road. And Americans say sidewalk. Okay, this is the place where the people walk and they have cars left and right, but that is a very small space where people can walk, okay, next to a road. So British use pavement and Americans use sidewalk. Okay, sidewalk. Remember, you don't pronounce the L, and the A becomes an O, and the pronunciation is walk. Sidewalk. So let me repeat them again. Zero, or actually British first, nil or zero, dustbin or trash can, high street or main street, lorry or truck, car park or parking lot, pavement, sidewalk. Okay, so we have a little bit of vocabulary there for you. Okay, now on the next screen, we are going to learn a few words related to bedtime. Okay, so we're going to learn bedtime vocabulary. Okay, for some of you, you probably just got up from bed. It depends on where you're from. Here in Madrid, it's 4:30 in the afternoon, but in many of your countries, probably early in the morning. So obviously you're up because you're in bed anymore. Anyway, so let's read them row by row, okay, as before. Bed. Now what is it? Bed. Pillow. Mattress. Don't forget the double T and the double S when you write it, okay? Mattress. Okay. Oh, Eunice, Jose Narvaez, that's a great sentence, man. What a letdown when people don't use the sidewalk. I totally agree with you. Couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, some people don't use them, and they have problems. So, thank you, Jose, for your wonderful comment. So, bed, pillow, mattress, bunk bed. That's when you have 2 of them. Bunk bed, okay. Crib for little kids. crib, crib. On the second row, we have pajamas, pajamas, very similar to Spanish, pajamas, very, very similar. And then we have slippers, slippers, okay? And then sleeping, I'm sleeping, don't bother me, I'm sleeping now, leave me alone, I'm sleeping. And sleepwalking, ooh, baby. I did that once when I was very, very, very young, about 4 or 5 years old. That's what my parents told me. I've never done it again, as far as I can tell. But sleepwalking, ooh, baby. Okay, next one is snoring. Ooh, snoring. Let me ask you a question. Katie, Julie, Eunice, and Chris, do you snore at night? Do you snore at night? My dog snores a lot. It's a very small dog. It's only 5 kilograms, but she snores a lot. Sometimes I find it hard to fall asleep because she snores a lot. So yeah, my dog snores a lot. So anyway, yeah, snoring. So let me know if you snore. Come on, confess. As far as I know, I don't. But I don't know. The dog never complains. So snoring. All right, dreaming. Remember, you say to dream about. Okay. To dream about or to dream of. You don't say to dream with, as we say in Spanish. That is incorrect. So don't say, for example, last night I dreamt with animals. That is incorrect. The correct sentence is, last night I slept about or of. Okay, or actually last night I dreamt, rather. I dreamt about or of, but don't say I dreamt with. In Spanish we say with, but in English you don't say with. So, and remember the conjugation of the verb dream could be regular or irregular. You could say I dreamed or I dreamt. So this verb has two conjugations, both regular and irregular. So last night I dreamt of or about, or last night I dreamed of or about. Okay, very good. So what else do we have? Wet in the bed. Ooh, that's not good. No, sir, that's not good. Wet in the bed is not good. Wet in the bed. All right, wet in the bed. And last but not least, we have alarm clock. An alarm clock. Okay, an alarm clock. So let me repeat them again. Bed, pillow, mattress, bunk bed, crib, pajamas, slippers, sleeping, sleepwalking, snoring, dreaming, wet in the bed, and alarm clock. Okay. Jose Narvaez is the only one who has been honest, and he confesses that he snores. Okay, all right. So thank you, Jose, for your honesty. Appreciate it. Now let's talk a little bit about nationalities. Nationalities, okay. Nationalities. Okay, if your country is not here, I apologize. I will bring it next time. Okay, I just selected a few of them. So if your country is not here, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, on the left column we have the country. In the middle column we have the nationality, and on the right column we have the language. Okay, so let's go. Let's read them one by one. Mexico, Mexican, Spanish. England, English, English. France, French, French. So most of the times the nationality and the language are the same, but not always, because look at the next one. Canada, Canadian, English. Okay, so that one changes. The United States, American, English. Okay, Italy, Italian, Italian. Okay, Italy is Italian, Italian. I forgot to say Mexico, Mexico, Mexican, Spanish. I forgot. Well, anyway, so Chris doesn't snore. Okay, that's good for you. Congratulations. Now, Spain, Spanish, Spanish. Okay, you know that one. Germany, German, German. Brazil, Brazilian, Portuguese. Okay. Egypt, Egyptian, Arabic. And the United Kingdom, British, English. Okay, so let me read them again really fast. Mexico, Mexican, Spanish. Okay. England, English, English. Please, if anybody's from Mexico, it's just a joke. Don't take it personal. It's just a joke, okay? France, French, French. Canada, Canadian, English. The United States, American, English. Italy, Italian, Italian. Spanish, Spanish, Spain, Spanish, Spanish. Germany, German, German. Brazil, Brazilian, Portuguese. Egypt, Egyptian, Arabic. And last but not least, the United Kingdom, British, and English. Okay, that is in terms of nationalities. Okay, now let's move on to what else do we have? Oh, we continue now. We start with our topic for today. Okay, so make versus do. Very controversial because there is no rule. Sorry. So use make or want to use do in English. But here is some help. Okay, I hope I'll be able to help you a little bit. Now we use make in general. We use make when we can create or construct something. Not always, but in general. So in general, we use make when we can create or construct something. All right. So let me tell you some examples. For instance, she made a cake. It was delicious. She made a cake. Okay, let me give you another example. I've made us some coffee. I've made us some coffee. Okay, you will see them on the screen in a few seconds. Okay, let me give you another example. Did you really make those trousers? Oh, did you really make those trousers? Okay, you must be a great tailor. Oops, hold on. Let me show you the screen again. Okay, so once again, she made a cake. I've made some coffee. And did you make those trousers? Okay, very good. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, let me go here. All right. Now we use do for general activities. Okay. Now in this case, do is often used with something, the word something, nothing, anything, or everything. Okay. So once again, we use do for general activities. Okay. All right. And in this case, I repeat, do is often used, not always, but it's often used with the words something, nothing, anything, or everything. Okay. Now let me give you some examples with do. But again, the problem is that there is no rule for do and make, so we usually need to know them by heart. For instance, what did you do at the weekend? Well, nothing special. I didn't do anything special. I just prepared the English classes, went out to eat with my parents, and went out with the dog. Okay, so what did you do at the weekend? Okay, now let me give you another example. I didn't do anything yesterday. I didn't do anything yesterday. So in this case, we use the word anything together with do. I didn't do anything. Okay, I didn't do anything special. Or another example is, she's fed up with doing everything herself. She needs some help. Yeah, she's fed up means she's very, very tired. So she's fed up with doing everything herself. She needs some help. Okay, so when you do everything yourself, you get tired. Okay, you're tired. Come on, help me, please. I need some help. I need some help. So try not to do everything yourself because otherwise you will be fed up. Okay, so another example could be, are you doing anything interesting during the holidays? Are you doing anything interesting during the holidays? So in this case, we're using the word anything again. Okay. So are you doing anything interesting during the holidays? Okay, let me know. All right. Now, there are many fixed expressions with make and do. There are a lot, or many expressions. So how do you know? Well, by reading, watching TV series and movies, documentaries, you name it. Unfortunately, they don't follow any rules at all, any useful rules at all, unfortunately. So you have to learn them, sorry, or we have to learn them. And there are a lot, trust me, there are a lot. Let me give you some examples, okay? For examples, with do, you could say when you're talking about chores, in other words, responsibility, things that you have to do at home, you could say, I have to go home and do some chores this evening. In other words, maybe you have to clean or you have to iron, who knows. So chores are things that you do at home. Okay. So once again, chores. I have to go home and do some chores this evening. I have to clean, to iron, to wash the dishes, whatever. Okay, a crossword. She sat on the sofa doing a crossword. Okay, so to do a crossword is the expression, and to do some chores goes with do. Both of them go with do. All right. Another one is damage. With damage, you also use do. For example, the storm has done a lot of damage to the house. So to do goes with do, with the word damage. And the last one, there are many. These are just examples. A drawing. Okay. The little boy spent hours doing a drawing. So to do a drawing, it goes with do. So the little boy spent hours doing a drawing. All right, so again, these are examples with do. There are many more, but these are just a few of the expressions that have the word or do with them. But now let's take a look at those with make. Okay, so a lot with make. Now, for example, if you have the expression change, okay, you could say, I've made some changes to the document, okay? I've made some changes to the document, all right. A comment, with a comment, to make a comment. So, for example, my mother made a comment about my shoes. My mother made a comment about my shoes. So it's to make a comment, all right. An effort, you also say to make an effort. You are not trying hard enough. Make an effort. Come on, make an effort. Make an effort. Okay. And the last one, an excuse. With an excuse, you use make as well. For instance, why was Lisa late? Why was she late? Did she make an excuse? She probably did. Why was Lisa late? Did she make an excuse? Okay. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. So once again, these are just a few examples of expressions using do and may. But now, let's take a look at a test, a short test or a short exercise in which we have to write do or may. Okay, in the following sentence. Are you ready? I hope you are. Okay, here we go. Number 1. John worked hard and his best at his job, but he still wasn't promoted. So John worked hard and his best at his work, but he still wasn't promoted. Okay, so can you tell me if it is do or make? Okay, anybody? Number 1, is it do or make? You have a 50% probability. So do or make. However, don't forget that we need to conjugate it, okay? We need to conjugate the verb. So it's not simply write yes or do. So sometimes we need to conjugate it, okay? So we need to conjugate. Anybody for number 1 before I give you the answer? So John work hard. Okay, okay. Yeah, Pilar, welcome, by the way. Do with best is to do your best. Hey, Jonas is do. Okay. In this case, it's did because it is in the past. John worked hard. Don't forget that we need to conjugate it, okay? We need to conjugate it. John worked, it indicates that it's in the past, so you have to say did his best. Right. Number 2, the teenagers were, be careful with the conjugation of this one. So, were such a noise that the neighbor called the police. So, the teenagers were such a noise that the neighbor called the police. Okay, so this is past continuous. Don't forget. So, what is the correct answer, ladies and gentlemen? So, the teenagers were such a noise that the neighbor called the police. Does anybody know for this one? Okay, number 2, please. Number 2. Anybody knows for number 2 what the answer is? Okay, while I answer some emails. Okay, so number 2, anybody? Katy says do. Oh no! So no, but good try. Okay, so the teenagers were making. It is a past continuous. Were making. With a noises, you make a noise. To make a noise. So remember, the first one is to do your best. Number 2, to make a noise. Of course, you need to conjugate it according to the sentence. So repeat after me. To do your best. To make a noise. To do your best to make a noise. Number 3, she a payment on her debt. You don't pronounce the B, by the way. She a payment on her debt every month. Every month is in the present. So soon she'll have finished paying it off. In other words, she will have already paid her debt. So she a payment on her debt every month. Okay. So with payment, what do you use? Make or do? It's hard, huh? It's really hard. It's really hard because you don't know. I know because I've been with the language for many, many years, so I know. Okay, so Junice is thinking she makes a payment. She makes because in the present it says every month. So she makes third person. To make a payment, to make a noise, to do your best. Remember these three so far. Okay, number 4. It's hard, huh? It's hard, isn't it? Okay, you don't forget to write the number. Otherwise, it's kind of hard. Don't forget to write the numbers. Number 4. How many chores, meaning responsibilities, duties that you have to do at home? So many chores to, I need to clean the bathroom and the kitchen. Okay, hoover and change all the beds. Okay, so number 4 is, ladies and gentlemen, number 4. So many chores to number 4. We're number 4. But number 3, Pilar, is correct. Very good. Maybe the connection is not working very well today. I'm having a few problems here, but at least you're still with me. So thank you for still being there. All right. So yeah, but the connection is not working well today. I don't know why. Well, sometimes this is what happens. When you connect online, there's a price you gotta pay. But normally I don't have any problems, but today it seems to be a few mistakes here. Anyway, so many chores to. Come on, we saw this one before. And the correct answer is to do. Okay, chores to do. So many things to do. So many chores to do. Okay, at home. Okay, chores, Jose, is things you need to do at home. For example, cleaning, ironing, washing the clothes, washing the dishes. Chores are responsibilities at home. Okay. Yes, I need to look at it. I need to clean the bathroom and the kitchen, etc., etc., etc. Okay. That's what I do, by the way. Yeah, that's what I do. Nobody's helping me. The dog doesn't help. I always ask her, but no, she doesn't help. Anyway, Pilar, thank you. That is correct. 4 is number 2. Number 5. A mistake. So number 4, Katie, is correct. Very good. Number 5 now. I know this the connection is slow. So sorry, I've a mistake. The restaurant isn't here, but on another street. Okay, with mistake, you use make or do. Anybody for number 5? So sorry, I've a mistake. The restaurant isn't here, but on another street. Yes. So the correct one for number 5 is I've made a mistake. So with number 5 is make a mistake. In this case, in the present perfect, I've made a mistake. The restaurant isn't here. No. But on another street. Okay. And last but not least, number 6. Don't give up. Okay, Pilar, correct. Made. Excellent. Chris, don't give up. Yeah, that's right. Don't give up. It's hard because most of them are expressions, and they're not hard, but you need to know them. Number 6. It's late, and we should go home. Let's move. This is another expression. Let's I almost said it. Let's move. Come on. Let's move. So number 6 is make a move. Yes, sir. Make a move. This is an expression once again. So number 1. John worked hard and did his best at his job, but he still wasn't promoted. Sorry, John. Number 2. The teenagers were making such a noise that the neighbor called the police. She makes a payment of her debt every month. Soon, she'll have finished paying it off. Number 4. So many chores to do. I need to clean the bathroom and the kitchen, hover, and change all the beds. Number 5. Sorry, I've made a mistake. The restaurant isn't here, but on another street. And number 6. It's late, and we should go home. Okay. Now, what else do we have here? Okay. Hey, academic world. Today we're going to talk about the University of Oxford. Okay. Now, the University of Oxford is one of my favorites, by the way. And here are some data about it. Okay, its location.